Story of the day. AAP's water terrorism charge in the national capital is escalating with each passing day. Yesterday, based on the BJP and the Congress's complaint, the Election Commission had set a deadline of 8 p.m. for Mr. Arvind Kejriwal to provide proof to substantiate his claims that Haryana was deliberately poisoning the water coming into Delhi. The deadline has now passed, and that is bound to make the political clash a little bit more shriller. On the campaign trail today, Prime Minister Modi slammed the AAP's charge of toxic water being released through the Yamuna and pointed to Arvind Kejriwal's failed promise to clean the Yamuna. Rahul Gandhi too launched into Arvind Kejriwal and his key ally just a few minutes ago. He dared Arvind Kejriwal to drink the water of the Yamuna and pointed to his luxurious mansion, which has now been dubbed the Sheesh Mahal, while his constituents drank contaminated water. So the Aam Aadmi Party and Mr. Kejriwal are getting it both from their political opponents, the BJP, and also from their political allies in the India alliance.
दिल्ली के एक पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री ने हरियाणा के लोगों पर घिनौने आरोप लगा दिए हैं। पिछले 11 साल से ये प्रधानमंत्री भी वही पानी पीता है। हरियाणा का भेजा यही पानी दिल्ली में रहने वाला हर कोई पीता है। चुनाव हारने का ऐसा डर कि कुछ भी बोलो। मुझे पक्का विश्वास है ऐसी ओछी बातें करने वालों को दिल्ली इस बार जरूर सबक सिखाएगी।
5 साल पहले उन्होंने कहा था कि यमुना में, केजरीवाल जी ने कहा था यमुना में मैं स्नान करूंगा और यमुना जी का पानी पीऊंगा। 5 साल हो गए, आज तक केजरीवाल जी ने यमुना का पानी नहीं पिया है। आपको गंदा पानी पीना पड़ता है, मगर केजरीवाल जी शीश महल में रहते हैं।
Now, while the Election Commission did not issue a notice to Mr. Kejriwal, it wrote to him saying that the matter is being examined by the Commission in light of the provisions of the Model Code of Conduct and relevant provisions of law. It's asked Mr. Kejriwal to provide a factual and legal matrix along with evidentiary support. He had a deadline of 8 p.m. tonight. The poll panel has said that the electors tend to believe whatever is being said in public by their leaders, and in that sense, the statements, if not true, affect the campaign discourse, thereby vitiating the purity of elections and eroding the trust of voters. It also added that Kejriwal's allegation that there was an attempt to poison Delhi's drinking water and equating it with nuclear and biological warfare was extremely serious and unprecedented. In its letter, the Election Commission has also said that if it expected a leader of Kejriwal's vast administrative experience to have the evidence to substantiate the allegations, especially since the veracity of those statements are being contested. But Arvind Kejriwal did not back down. In fact, he doubled down on his attack today. Let's listen into what Mr. Kejriwal said.
ये बीजेपी वालों ने गंदी राजनीति की हद कर दी। हमारे यहाँ दिल्ली में पीने का पानी हरियाणा से, यमुना से आता है। उसमें हरियाणा वालों ने, हरियाणा की सरकार ने अमोनिया नाम का जहर डाल के भेज दिया। अगर वो पानी पीने के लिए घर घर में गलती से चला जाता, पता नहीं कितने लोग बीमार पड़ जाते, कितने लोग मर जाते। ये तो हमें पता चल गया, हमने सारा पानी डाइवर्ट कर दिया, हमने आपके घर तक नहीं आने दिया। मैं जब तक हूं, चिंता मत करना, आप लोगों को गंदा पानी नहीं पीने दूंगा, गंदा पानी नहीं भेजूंगा, किसी हालत में आप लोगों के घर जहरीला पानी आपके घर नहीं भेजूंगा।
All right, let's open this up to our political panelists. Shazia Elmi, National Spokesperson of the BJP, is joining us. Priyanka Kakkar is Chief National Spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Priyanka Kakkar, let me start with you. The Election Commission had given Mr. Kejriwal the deadline of 8 p.m. today. As far as I know, he has not responded to the Election Commission. On what basis did he make this claim that Haryana government was deliberately poisoning the water of Delhi?
Zaka, good evening to you and all your viewers. Let me first begin by the nautanki played out by the Haryana CM today. You may have seen that video where he's seen at the Yamuna, at Haryana side of Yamuna, and he enters the Yamuna river and pretends to take a sip and then spits it out in the water. You know, if you see that video in slow motion, you can clearly see him sipping it out of the water, and he is pretending that the water is clean. This is absolutely despicable. Now, where do we get this fact that it is poisonous? Is one is this video himself where he could not even take a sip and asking Delhiites to drink from Yamuna, this contaminated water. Second is that DJB letter, the DJB CEO's letter, which the BJP went around flaunting that our own IAS officer has written that there is no factual accuracy to what Arvind Kejriwal ji has said. Maybe her letter begin with that statement, but the fourth para of that letter very clearly states that presently the ammonia levels in Yamuna is 6.5 ppm to 7.2 ppm, which is unfit for consumption, dangerous to the human body and cannot be treated. Now also there is drain number 2 and drain number 6 which exclusively receive water from Haryana. Now we all know that Delhi does not have its own water for centuries, and the water comes from either Uttar Pradesh or the Haryana side. Now this water was released from drain number 2, drain number 6 goes into the Wazirabad pond, and this comes from Haryana, and this has recorded toxicity levels of ammonia up to 7.2 ppm. Now instead of addressing this issue, what is the Nautanki Bhajpa doing? You know, they are pretending that the water is clean, sending their Mukhyamantri there. This is absolutely despicable, low-level politics.
Let
they know that
Shazia
they are going
Ilmi
to lose
respond to
badly
that.
for the 27th time
Anything
in
above
Delhi.
6 ammonia levels is considered dangerous to the human body. Why is the Haryana government and the Haryana Chief Minister... let Shazia respond to that.
I'm very surprised.
Let Shazia respond as to why the Haryana Chief Minister, instead of dealing with the over 6 ammonia concentration of the water that's been coming into Delhi, instead of that he's gone and done, as Priyanka Kakkar says, quote unquote, drama at the Yamuna in Haryana.
No, I'll show you the video.
Yeah, let Shazia respond.
No, look who's... God. Look who's calling who Nautanki Baz. I mean, it's shameful. And you know, Arvind Kejriwal is a man unhinged, highly disturbed, to make such an accusation that Haryana government would deliberately poison the people, its own people and the rest of it. Arvind Kejriwal knew that he has totally wasted more than 800 crores of money allocated to his government and his party and his dispensation in Delhi for the last 10 years. But this man really is, I mean, I never thought I'll get to say something in the context of discussing a politician. I mean, he's not just a nasty piece of work, he's outright evil. Imagine just before the elections, when your back is to the wall, when you cannot answer questions on Yamuna, when people of Delhi are distraught with the state of affairs, when they can see literally poisonous foam floating on Yamuna. And, you know, at that point of time, and everybody knows how the tanker mafia works in Delhi and what kind of water we are getting in Delhi, look at what he does. And I mean, literally to muddy the waters, but this is poisonous. And this is incendiary. He wants to create riots. What does this man want to do? I really think he's a huge danger. Not forget about politics or forget about Delhi to India. I think he's a man who's gone completely off his rocker. And he's just talking such, I mean, this is, you know, you cannot, I mean, and when you ask the question as to what evidence they have, they're quiet. Priyanka Kakkar says everything else about the Haryana CM, water, but she's not been able to come up with, and we're still waiting for the reply that has to be given to Election Commission, because what has been said is extremely serious. It's unprecedented. Nobody has ever come up with something as crazy. You're accusing a government of water terrorism, of poisoning the water.
One at a time.
I mean, this is so insane. It is quite scary to think the limits to what they've gone to. This is just elections, you know. I mean, there is a desperation in this man that he'll resort to this level.
Okay.
And he wakes up now because he realizes in the surveys that he's losing badly. So he decides to attack Haryana. By attacking Haryana, obviously, he would attack the BJP.
So let me ask,
is deliberately poisoning the waters.
Priyanka Kakkar, you know, from as far back as 2021, Mr. Kejriwal has been saying that Haryana and Uttar Pradesh have been polluting the Yamuna. Haryana and UP released untreated wastewater. The capital has been deprived of drinking water. As far back as 2022, when the Goa elections were happening, Mr. Kejriwal on record said, "Give me time till 2025, I will clean up the Yamuna." What happened to that?
Zaka, I think we have one of the most honest leaders in Arvind Kejriwal ji, who's owned up that he has not been able to keep 3 of his dream projects. He has not been able to meet deadlines of 3 of his projects that he promised in 2020.
I mean, how do you guys live
and
with
he has
yourselves,
fought 5 more years,
Priyanka?
and he's
I'm
also
really
be
thinking that.
quiet.
Ma'am,
And
ma'am,
he's also
one at a
given-
time, please. One
and
at a
he's
time.
also
Thank you.
told you why.
Yeah.
And he also told his public why he wasn't able to fulfill them, because when in February 2020 our government came into power, by March 2020 we were all in a nationwide lockdown because of COVID for about 2.5 years. Subsequently then Arvind Kejriwal ji and his entire cabinet was arrested in a false liquor case which is now behind us. And so we have sought 5 more years, but not that there's no work done. We have increased the capacity of the existing STPs. New are under construction. There has also been, for instance, there was not a single sewer line or pipeline, water pipeline in the
No, but ma'am, Mr. Kejriwal has been Chief
unauthorized
Minister of
colonies
Delhi since 2013, and that's what the Prime Minister said today as well. For 11 years, Mr. Kejriwal has been Chief Minister of Delhi, and he promised many, many years ago that he will clean the Yamuna. Now, instead of cleaning the Yamuna on the election eve,
before 2020.
on the election eve, to make this absolutely, unsubstantiated claim that Haryana government is deliberately poisoning the water of Delhi. Either you produce evidence, as the Election Commission has asked you to, or you say that, look, you have failed to clean up the Yamuna.
Zaka, I will repeat what I said at the start of my debate, that there is this DJB CEO ka letter which the
What
BJP
evidence
was
do you have?
flaunting all around.
What
Usi
evidence
ka
you have?
Shazia, one second, I'm
know,
coming to you after
maybe
this. Yeah.
What evidence
Usi
you
ka
have?
para 4.
Shazia, I'm coming to you after this.
Don't
Yeah.
scream, madam. You will get your turn. Usi ka para 4, Zaka, is, I will read it out exactly. What bigger evidence do you want that the DJB CEO is saying that presently the ammonia is around 6.5 ppm in river Yamuna at Wazirabad Pond.
Please don't
Wazirabad
fool
Pond
people
is the
and don't
place
repeat
where
what you're
drain
saying,
number 2
because
and
this has
drain number
nothing to
6
do
from
with the
Haryana
One at
evidence
a
you're
time,
supposed
please.
to
One at a
give.
time.
No, Priyanka,
One at a
don't
time,
waste-
please, please,
No, no,
please,
don't
please,
waste-
please.
no, no.
You're both
No, no, no,
respectable
you are saying
spokespersons.
BJP
One at a
CEO is
time.
lying now?
Let Priyanka finish. I'll come to you,
Zaka,
Shazia, after
she's-
that.
Zaka,
Let her
she's
finish,
repeating
please.
herself.
Please. Let her finish, then I'll
Zaka.
come to you. Yeah.
Zaka, the biggest evidence is where the DJB CEO is herself saying that these are the water levels. आपको नहीं माननी बात तो बीजेपी टेस्ट करा ले. Nobody is stopping them.
Okay.
आपको नहीं माननी बात तो आप खुद चल के देख लो.
Shazia, no,
I
Shazia,
think
one
you-
question,
Priyanka.
Shazia, one question that
No,
is
I
being
want
asked also.
I want to answer.
You
No, let
spent
me answer.
35,000 crore rupees on Namami Gange. Is the Ganga clean? People are showing outside of the
40,000
Sangam Tat in
crores.
Allahabad today. You go to anywhere on the path of Ganga
Yeah,
Maiya, it's all contaminated. Where did that money go? The 35,000 crores.
So Zaka, yeah, I will answer. Yeah, Zaka. So once again, I would like to ask Priyanka, what is the evidence? Just because a DGP or CEO, somebody is saying something that the water levels are high, does that mean that Haryana government has poisoned waters? Yamuna in Delhi is so dirty, does that mean Kejriwal has poisoned waters? What rubbish are you talking?
No, it is
are you off
particularly
your
talking about Wazirabad
rocker?
Pond, ma'am.
You can just say any goddamn thing and you think it'll work, it'll fly. As for Yamuna,
is
I
off
was
your
there.
rocker?
I
What
was
is-
there
what
till
use
last
is
night.
that?
And it's fantastic what's happening. You
What
can't
is
even
off your
compare.
rocker, Zaka,
What
please?
rubbish is this? You are accusing a government
I don't
of being
understand your language.
a terrorist government
आप हिंदी
of
में बात
murdering
कर
people.
लीजिए.
What rubbish? No, this is crazy. You are talking complete rubbish. What language?
नहीं, गाली
You're
गलौज
calling
की जरूरत
somebody
नहीं
a
है.
mass
हिंदी में
murderer.
बात कर लीजिए, अगर
And you're
हिंदी में
worried about
टीचर कर
language
सकती है
here?
तो.
नहीं,
Okay.
मैं English में
No,
बोलूंगी,
No,
हिंदी में
but
बोलूंगी.
Shazia, very
मैं उर्दू में
quickly,
नहीं बोलूंगी.
coming back to
समझ में आया आपको?
the... Shazia,
No,
coming
I mean,
back to
I'm
the
shocked.
question I
You
asked.
asked her a simple question, Zaka.
What-
You asked her a simple
What
question.
happened?
And
What
you just
happened to the
asked it and
35,000
asked it
crores in
again.
Namami
You are
Gange?
asking
Simple
again
question.
and
Please
again.
answer.
I
Please
have-
answer.
No, because just,
while you're
of course,
asking,
ask her to
why
answer
was
the
why the
question
Supreme
as
Court
to what
finally
evidence does she
today
have.
start 60
Isn't
crore
that
in
the
Yamuna,
topic? And as for
saying
Namami
that
Ganga, I'll
people
tell
को
you,
नर्क बना
people
दिया.
are taking dibs
The
there.
Supreme Court
We all
also
took
fined
dibs there.
Uttar
And it's
Pradesh.
fantastic. The great work has been done. Do you want her to deflect and go to Ganga and not talk
आपको
about
डूब
Yamuna
जाना चाहिए
pollution?
वहाँ पे.
If that's what you
आपको
want, I
शर्म
can
आनी
come get
चाहिए.
figures on Namami Gange.
Okay.
But because I thought the topic was on Yamuna and Kejriwal...
No, I asked those
completely
questions. What
disgusting
proof? Why
accusation.
haven't you produced it
I
to the
want to
election
answer,
commission?
but
I've
she
asked
did
all
not
of those
answer.
questions.
Zaka, you did not answer. She did not answer.
I'll leave it.
She
I'll
did
leave it
not
at that.
answer any of
Thank
those
you very
questions.
much, Shazia Ilmi and Priyanka Kakkar, for joining us. Let's see which way the voters of Delhi are inclined in less than a week. In fact, in exactly a week, in fact, people of Delhi will have to decide whether Arvind Kejriwal and his government, even though he's former chief minister, deserves to get a third term, or should they vote in for an alternative. We will know that next Wednesday.